Welcome back, you guys. You just read Dogs in Court. Now, we know that the dogs are not the ones in trouble. They're actually in the witness box, and so they're not there to testify with their little paw up. In America, so they've been bringing in these trained dogs to be with the witnesses and the people who are going to be in court. They're usually high tense situations, and a lot of people can lose their nerve when they're just being bombarded with question after question. They have to relive terrible moments, and overall it's just very, the situation is not good or conductive for them to speak factually and properly when they have all these things going on in their mind. In the U.S. courts, they have these dogs, usually Labrador retrievers or golden retrievers, and they're highly trained. So they have a really good demeanor, and they're not going to be intrusive at all. Many people have said that this actually is a negative because it could sway the jurors, the people who are there to kind of decide if they agree with what's going on or they disagree. They might say that the dog being there might make somebody look less guilty, and they might focus on just the dog, or might humanize somebody who has done very terrible things. So people are still on the fence if it's a good thing or not. However, they're trying to bring that into Korea. So in Korea, it's quite different. The judicial process is quite different than in America. In America, we have people that will also aid the judge in making a decision. So these non-biased people will be there, the jury, and they will look at the evidence and then make their own decision. However, in Korea, it's a big room with just the judge. Like there's a few judges, 3 or 4, and they make the decision. So it's quite a high tense situation.
Yeah, right.
Just being there and trying to plead your case to these judges can make some people be quite uncooperative, and they lose their nerve. So like a lot of psychological, mental stress in that situation. So Korea is trying to adopt this method of having this dog. So we'll see how well it works and how it goes down the line and with the years to come. And hopefully it helps in these cases, and people's nerves are soothed thanks to these dogs. My question is, if you had the option, would you choose to have a dog with you in court?
I think maybe it depends on the situation.
It could be like different, right?
I think so. Maybe if I was guilty of the crime but didn't want to appear so, I would bring a dog with me to make me seem more human. But if I was not guilty, I think it would make me seem less sincere to have a dog with me. Like if I'm pleading the case but whilst also like stroking a puppy, I don't know, in my mind I would think that it would make me look less sincere and like I wasn't taking the issue seriously.
Right.
I might be wrong, but just in my thinking, that's what I would imagine that the judge would think. How about you?
Well, I think that's the reason some people were against it, because they thought that it could sway, the jury, because if they see like, oh, they're just playing with the dogs, so they're not taking it seriously. I don't know. So I have been in court in Korea. I was suing and I won. However, yeah, I can attest to the fact that it is like it's quite scary. It's a really big room, and it's just so you and the person that you're suing, and then the judges.
That seems so much more scary than it does, because we have the same system as you, where we have jurors in the UK, so way more people, and there's people like watching, and I don't know. Because usually if you think about a room full of people, I think that's more nerve-wracking. But I imagine being like here with like 3 judges would be really stressful.
They're the only ones to appeal to, and they're looking more at just the documents that you prepare and not so much the situation, which may or may not be good. But I could see how in Korea it would be much more beneficial for the people if they're tense. It would be easier for them to get their
words out,
what they want to say properly. Would the presence of dogs in the court affect the judgment of judges or jurors, and if so, how?
Following on from what I said, the only other thing I can imagine is that the dog would be distracting. Like usually if a pet is very cute, like you are more likely to look at the pet than the owner, I think. And dogs kind of have a complete free will to do whatever they want. So sometimes they do like cute or funny little things. And so I imagine as someone who is often easily distracted, I would be listening to the witness testimony and then I would suddenly be focusing on the dog if it was doing something cute. I know myself. So maybe similar situation.
Yeah, so they would have to get like a neutral face looking dog because the kitty would be too cute.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no, that's quite difficult. I do think that it could affect, but I mean, there's a lot of science that goes into like how we like perceive things. So they even hire the defendants teams or the people who are getting sued. Like they'll hire someone that will direct everything from like what they're wearing, the way they like address the jury and how they look, the words that they use.
Yeah, using color theory too.
Exactly. So the dogs might aid in that area. I don't know. So
I mean, I also guess it might depend on the type of dog. Like if you have like a really scary looking pit bull, I think it wouldn't do you as much favors if you had like a cute little Maltese or something like that.
That's why they like, no, just golden retrievers and Labrador retrievers. None of that other cute or random style.
A cute little Yorkie.
Okay, well, we hope that you guys go ahead and keep using the vocabulary and use it in your day-to-day. And we'll see you in the next article.
Bye.
Testify.
Testify.
Sway.
Sway.
Demeanor.
Demeanor.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
Soothe.
Soothe.